did some team event last night. We all together play some like casino night, blackjack, poker. It's awesome, and I won poker tournament. I'm so excited. Yeah.
You won.
Yeah.
Are you a good poker player?
Who knows? I don't know. Yesterday, yeah.
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 You must get a lot of practice on the team flights and everything.
On the team flights, yeah. Special for a couple last road trips. Yeah, a lot of flights for us. Yeah, it's good practice.
Who else is good on the team?
Huh?
Who is your competitors in cards, poker?
I think it's Benny. He's new guy, like a Rocky. Yeah, I said Rocky, but he's play really good. He's really lucky guy. It was hard to play against him.
So we've talked to you a lot about the mental side of the game, but you look really calm between the pipes right now. What are you doing better, do you think, in net, physically, technically, lately?
I think because your body more relaxed and you're doing better. Yeah, it's like another sports too. You know, like if you boxer, if you like something, yeah, if you just hold like that, you get some punch. Yeah, but yeah, you need to get some relax and more easy moving. Yeah, you're quicker. You're more quicker in the net. Yes, this is probably the biggest part for me right now. Yeah.
What's it like to face the same team again, like back to back? Do you like that as a goalie? What's it like?
I think it doesn't matter. I think Winnipeg is a pretty hard team. Yeah, it's really hard to play against these guys. Yeah, it's probably interesting. You know, like it's two Canadian teams. Yeah, it's rivalry for both team. It's probably interesting. It's nice to last game before All-Star break. Yeah, and yeah, we'll be try to do the best. Yeah.
They will probably have Hellebuck in that. What's it like to go up against a guy who's considered one of the best goalies right now?
Yeah, I think both guys is really good. Hellebuck and another guy. I know my agent. He said some couple good words about me. Yeah, after the game, and yes, I'm so respect him. Yes, so thank you. You know, like another time I understand as goalies is a nice big community and we're so friendly everybody, yeah, and great. Yeah, I'm respectable guys and both guys is really nice goalies and yeah, doesn't matter who is play tomorrow. I'm just to focus on my game and just prepare it for tomorrow.
I was going to say, does it mean a little bit more to you, Ilya, when you get a compliment from a fellow goalie as opposed to a skater?
Oh, no, can you repeat, please?
I was going to say, does it mean a little bit more to you when you get a compliment from a fellow goaltender than it does when it comes from a skater?
I don't know, what do you mean? Sorry.
If another goalie says something good about you as opposed to a shooter, does that mean a little bit more because you both play the same position?
Oh, yeah, I understand, sorry. Yeah, I think, yeah, we probably more understand how hard this work with the goalie, yeah. And, yeah, shooters is probably understand too, but not like us, yeah, goalies is goalies, yeah.
Do you feel like you're back, Ilya? Like you're back where you want to be?
I don't want to say nothing about I'm back or not back. You know, I'm here right now. Yeah, I'm just get some good practice today, and we'll see tomorrow. Yeah, day by day, moment to moment.
You know, space gets tighter and tighter as the year goes on. So just trying to earn that ice and you know, finding ways, create second and third opportunities and break them down and get them out of their structure, which obviously is as good as anyone, and the strength of theirs. Goaltending's been really strong, so making it hard for the goalie, trying not to let him challenge as much as he like, things like that. So, but also not just trying to be over aggressive, trying to do too much, just kind of staying with it.
Did that get any better as the game went on? I know at your end, the Jets had 16 shots in the first period and 16 the rest of the game.
Yeah, I thought the game, we started to grow into the game, and our legs got a little bit better as the game went on. And it was just a tight hockey game with obviously, you know, the best defensive team in hockey, and it's something that, you know, we're continuing to strive for it to be better at and be as consistent as we can be. So Sammy obviously made some massive saves and played phenomenal for us, especially in the first half of the game. And then we started to create some more looks, some more opportunities, but, you know, we still want to try to find a way to do more. But gave ourselves a really good chance, earned a tough, hard-fought 2 points. That wasn't our best. So yeah, no doubt we want to continue to try to generate more, and obviously we want to get our power play going as well.
What is the takeaway for the power play from the last game?
Well, I just it's not even close to our standard, I think, and especially when you give up an opportunity like we gave up and the way Sammy had to bail us out. So I think just the habits and the details and the work ethic that has to be there through that structure and through those details. So it just like some other parts of our game, maybe just hasn't been as consistent as we'd like to be for certain stretches this year. But a lot of trust and faith in the group of guys that go out there. So we just have to get back to what we do well and not trying to overcomplicate it and just have those habits and that standard that is important for us, that allows us to have success and then use our skill sets through that.
You mentioned Ilya, crowd chanting his name. He said he was close to tears.
Yeah.
You've seen what he's gone through. What is that moment like to be a part of for you?
Well, I think it was great for everyone. I think the way he's battled and the really since he's come back up from his break there, where he was working on a lot of things and kind of refocusing. You can just see him being more and more like himself and just challenging shooters, being aggressive and like I said, being aggressive and challenging. His skill set really comes out and it was great to, I think, finish the job for him. Have a night like he did, and then to get the victory, him earn a shutout was phenomenal. So we're really happy for him because we got a lot of belief in him, and he's a big part of our locker room. Obviously, came in last year and was a big part of our success, and we're lucky to have him. So, thrilled for him.
Apparently, he won the poker tournament last night. Did you have a chance to cross paths with him at the table, or?
I didn't. So I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad.
John, when you look at the results the Jets have had, and then you see them up close, I mean, what do you take away in observation that makes them like the best defensive team in this league?
Well, I think you have to have buy-in from, just and the consistent. It's the word is thrown out obviously a ton, inconsistency in the details, but. It's at times, maybe when things aren't going well offensively, you start to try to force the issue a little bit. Just some nights you don't have it, you're not feeling great. So just the way they've been able to do it game after game, and how they play as a 5-man unit, and obviously their goaltending is really, really good. On top of that, allows them to play their games at a high level. Obviously they're strong goaltenders, so it just seems like they're just really well connected. All 5 guys that are out there through their goaltender, shift after shift, line after line, and game to game for a team that 34 in a row, they allowed 3 or less. It's a pretty remarkable stat, I think, especially in today's game.
We see you stay out late after practice a lot of the time, not always with Willie. How did that come together today?
He wanted to work on a few things, so he asked me to shoot a few pucks. So that's it's always an easy answer. So you enjoy working on things, especially when one of your line mates wants to do a little extra and do a few things. So obviously we've played a long time together. Tremendous player. So and that's the fun part, is continuing to find your way, work on things, and get better, and to do that with your teammates. That's what it's all about.
I think Bertuzzi might have a little dad strength moving forward here. What's your sense now?
Yeah. It's obviously really happy for him. Obviously. It's an amazing thing, and everything went great, and I know how thrilled he is, his family. So, excited to see him have some jump tomorrow. We told him he's a little fresher than everyone as well. So, it's exciting news for him and his family.
How much of a concern is it to see a guy like Callie go off early like he did? It looked like he was kind of upset as he left too.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to get hurt, especially in practice. Hopefully he's okay. We know he plays an important role, not always talked about. But his ability to play anywhere in the lineup with anyone is a great trait of his, and everyone enjoys playing with him just because of what he brings to the table and how he complements everyone throughout the lineup really, really well. Someone we rely a lot upon. So hopefully it's nothing serious.
Thanks. I think Sheldon, what's the concern with Yarncrook leaving practice the way he did?
Well, you get hit by a puck, so there's concern there for sure. We won't know the extent of it until we give him a chance to settle down a little bit and get it looked at.
He's kind of a subtle guy, but how would you describe what he's meant to the team this season?
Well, I wouldn't say just this season, and last season as well. I think this season is just a continuation of what we came to know last season, where he's very consistent in who he is in terms of his details. You can play him anywhere, in any position, and he can help on power play and penalty kill. So yeah, very important player for us. A guy that doesn't get a lot of attention, but inside our room, I think he's got a great deal of respect that he's earned over how he plays the game.
You mentioned.
Like I said, I don't know the extent of it at this point, so they're trying to determine that.
You mentioned after the game the other night that Ilya was a guy a lot of people were writing off. Even internally, there were questions. What's your sense? Has he built that trust back up? Is it still kind of in the process of rebuilding?
Well, I mean, the trust sure is there. If it wasn't, we wouldn't put him back in. So certainly the trust is there. But like any other player, it's about consistency, and he can't prove his consistency until we consistently put him out there. So that's really it. He's got to keep stacking up good days. So that's what today is for him. That's what yesterday, in terms of a recovery day, is for him. And then a chance to get back into it and compete against a good team on the road tomorrow. So that's really it. Just keep stacking up these good days.
So is the McMahon absence tied to Bertuzzi coming back on the roster?
Well, McMahon is, as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks with these back-to-backs, he's been dealing with something that has been lingering, and we had hoped this was going to improve over time, but it's lingered enough that just was determined that sort of extending his break would be helpful for him. So he'll be going on the IR and won't be available for us tomorrow. But just figured, adding a few extra days yesterday, today, and tomorrow off the ice for him to his break. That hopeful that when we come back, that he'll be past this.
Tavares mentioned William wanted to stay out late, work on certain things with him. What's your sense of Nylander right now? Obviously the offense has not been at the same level as earlier.
Yeah, I think that Willie's a competitor. He set a high standard for himself early in the season, and I think he has full expectations that that's the player that he is, and that's what he's capable of doing. So when it's not going that way, he's going to continue to work at it and not just be content. So yeah, I really like that about Will. I thought the other night, even in the second half of the game, I thought he really started to come alive and his feet were really moving, and that's what you need to see, for guys to want to work their way out of their situation, and that's what I see from John pretty consistently, and Willie just the same.
When you sort of look at the way the Jets have played all year and then see them up close, I mean, what do you take away from the thing that makes them the best defensive team in the league?
Just their commitment to it. We just talked about consistency when it was in regards to goaltending or any other position. I think it's just, from what I see, just the consistency within their game, that they're just content to make it hard on you, and they'll take the offense that comes as a result of that. I think that they offensively, they're not taking the same types of chances that they maybe have in the past. But the games are going to be real tight, and they don't need a lot of offense, but they seem to be getting no shortage of offense, but it's coming through the commitment to defense, and that's what I really see. And it's no secret that that's a recipe for success, and they're certainly displaying that.
How do you work a power play through a funk when it's going through the stretch that you've been on? Because you mentioned the practice didn't necessarily translate.
Yeah. Well, I think you stay with it now. For how long you stay with it, that's a question and discussion you have daily. But obviously, we got one game remaining here before the break. I think it's a good opportunity for our guys to respond. That said, I do think the power play in the third period, when we had our chances, I thought was far better than it was earlier in the game. So we'd leave on somewhat of a positive in the sense that at least we were generating some chances and had some looks and could have scored. That would have changed a lot. But staying with it is part of it. But as I say, it's also pushing the group. It's also looking at it strategically and tactically, and things that we can look at here. So obviously, Guy Boucher runs the power play and works through things. He's talking to the guys. He's working at it. they've had a recipe and a plan that I think has worked quite well throughout the season, even times when we haven't scored. But in terms of our chances and activity at the net and being on the inside, we've been at the top of the league in that area really all season long, and just a matter of sort of sticking with it. And I think as the players individually play better, then it's amazing how power play all of a sudden starts to work. So that's all part of it.
Have you considered moving around personnel in the different units?
Yeah, we have these conversations all the time. As I say, you want to stick with it. You want to trust the guys that have had a great deal of success. Not just this season, as I was just alluding to. If you look at a lot of the offense that those guys have generated, even when the puck hasn't gone in, we lead the NHL in a lot of categories when it comes to the power play. But when the puck's not going in and all of that, you start to question things and look at things. Like I said, we got one more game here before the break. It's a good opportunity for our guys to step up in a big moment, and we have discussed some other options. But I think trusting the group and giving them a chance to work themselves through it is important, especially with a break looming. And maybe we can, if we don't get the response we're looking for, then we can start to think about other things.
How important is it to go into the break on a high note?
I think it's important. You want to leave with feeling good about your game. Everybody's excited about the break and all of that. It's always very welcome on the calendar, no matter what you're going through as a team. It's a long season, and you want to get some time away, but you always want to leave feeling good. Most importantly for us, it's we're going to go on the road, play against a very good team in a very tough building to play in. On a Saturday night to finish the, I know it's not technically the first half, but you sort of look at it as that way with the break looming. So, yeah, we want to put forth a good effort against a good team and leave feeling good and say goodbye to each other for a short while and come back refreshed after that. But certainly coming off of a good effort on the road would help a great deal.